I'm taking this all the way to the fucking Taco Supreme Court.
I gotta write that down. Taco Supreme Court. Oh my God.
All right, y'all. Let's hit those high notes.
Please, guys, do us a favor. Subscribe to your boys. We're not asking for much. Just the little button that says subscribe. When I was stoned, I was thinking to myself how good it would be, or how you would feel, whether you win or lose eventually, is to be able to say, well, we're taking this all the way to the Supreme Court. Because someone can, they have to ask you something about your cause or your case or whatever. You're like, oh no, it's far from over. We're taking this all the way to the Supreme Court. And then just mean it. Like, we're taking this all the way to the Supreme Court. That way also, when you're letting somebody know, but then you actually take it all the way to the Supreme Court.
I think that's a beautiful move just to use in your everyday life.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's got your order wrong at the restaurant or something. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said a medium Coke. That's fine because we're taking this all the way to the Supreme Court.
I'm taking this all the way to the fucking Taco Supreme Court.
I gotta write that down. Taco Supreme Court. Oh my God. That's a beautiful fucking piece of business.
We're taking this all the way to the Taco Supreme Court. I want to talk to your corporate supreme manager. Let's see, that might not even be that funny, but if you're lit, it'll be funny.
No, that's hilarious.
What's your stone? What's yours today there, Todd? I'm fucking up the name of the segment, bro.
The high note.
My high note, bro.
Is,
the high note, man.
Do you think if Jesus came back to earth that he'd be pissed about the number of statues with him on the cross? Like people would be like, no, it's okay, Jesus. Like we have those to remind people that you died for our sins. And he'd be like, no, I get that. But, I was here 33 years. That's like 12,045 days. And 12,044 of those days were pretty cool. Yeah.
I had a good life. Yeah. I had a flock of sheep and shit, goats.
That's like the one day that I would prefer to forget, to be honest with you. Like that was probably my shittiest day. Like I even came back just to try to erase that day. Like you remember when I gave that blind guy sight? That'd be a pretty cool statue. I don't see any of those around. Yeah.
Maybe a little plaque, me next to him not of seeing, and then all of a sudden he can see, but somehow in statue form.
Maybe he would just
he might get upset, bro, if he came back with all that shit happening, dude.
Right? Like that's the only statues I ever see of him.
But what would you do to replace the cross? Like, I don't know if this is I don't know if this is kosher to talk about, dude. But I mean, maybe a little pair of flip-flops on strings that you could dangle over like your rearview mirror, dude. I mean, Jesus is synonymous with those sandals, man.
Yeah.
They're called Jerusalem cruisers, dude. I mean,
there are sandals that we call Jesus sandals.
Yeah, because that's what he wore. That was his thing.
I mean, let's give him something other than the cross. I don't know that he wants to even think about that day ever.
He's going to come back with a movie, Jesus, back with a vengeance. Here, these sins belong to you. Keep them yourself. I don't want them anymore. They're all back on your shoulders. Everything you thought you were forgiven for, guess what? You're not.
Oh, man. That's my worst day, bro. You didn't make a statue of nothing else.
But you know what? If you think about it, if I look back over my comedy career, when anybody else ever did a poster of me, whoever else did the flyer, picked the worst picture that Google had of me every single time.
That's what we're doing to Jesus.
That's what we're doing to Jesus, dude.
I mean, he's like, you guys have two different statues of me. You have me pinned to the cross during my crucifixion, and then me as a baby in a manger. That's the only two things I ever see. Like a lot happened in between then and then. Like I did a lot of cool stuff.
Maybe there was just no sculptors in his neighborhood. So they had to bring somebody in at the beginning and the end, and no one did any free shit during the time to kind of build up the Jesus brand. You know what I mean?
I think so. Oh my gosh. Listen to our brains.